The second formulation today is Calamine Lotion, which is a suspension. And we will be making 4 ounces, 120 milliliters, and dispensing it in a 4-ounce bottle. Before you get started, you need to calibrate your 4-ounce bottle by putting 120 milliliters measured by graduated cylinder into your bottle and then marking it with a Sharpie. And this product is made with a couple things that have to be prepared ahead of time. One is bentonite magma, which is in this graduated cylinder. Bentonite is a clay, and we mix it with water with high intensity to make sure that the clay is wetted, and bentonite becomes a very good suspending agent for this Calamine Lotion. We also are using calcium hydroxide topical solution as the QS agent, and that is made ahead of time also by mixing calcium hydroxide with water, creating a saturated solution and allowing for the excess calcium hydroxide to precipitate out, and then pouring off the supernatant, which I've done here. I have one graduated cylinder that's measured out to 30 cc's to mix with the bentonite, and then I have a second one to do the QS of the final mixture in the bottle. So the first step is to dilute the bentonite magma with an equal volume of calcium hydroxide solution. So here's 30 mils of calcium hydroxide solution and 30 mils of the bentonite magma. I'm going to go ahead and mix them together. It doesn't really matter which one I do it in. Since this has a wider mouth, I'm going to go ahead and put the bentonite magma into the calcium hydroxide solution. I'm just diluting it. Okay. Then I'm going to take my mortar and pestle and mix my calamine powder, which has got this calamine look. For those of you that have used Calamine Lotion, you know that look, that color. And the second dry ingredient is zinc oxide. And they're both 9.6 grams. Here's the zinc oxide. I'm going to just grind them together for a moment and then add my glycerin. I'm just knocking down all the large particles first. And now I have 2.4 milliliters of glycerin that I'm going to add to those powders. Tried to spread it out a little bit. And again, what am I doing with this? I'm levigating. I'm mixing these powders with a wetting agent before I actually mix them with water. It helps to reduce the particle size, and it helps them disperse in the water more readily. Now it's asking for me to keep doing this until I form a smooth, uniform paste. It doesn't look like there's enough glycerin for that to happen, but a uniform mixture is what you need. And I'm going to, again, like I did last product, I'm going to scrape the excess off of the pestle and knock it down into the mortar. So that I have good uniformity and yield. Now the next step is to add 10 to 15 mils of the diluted magma which I have here, and I'm going to add 15 mils. I'm at 60, I'm going to go down to about 45. And I'm going to triturate. And you can hear it making a paste. One thing about this calamine is that you should try to keep it off your lab coat because it will stain. It'll also stain light colored pants. So try to do your best to keep it off your clothes. And you can see how much is clumped up on the side of the pestle. I'm going to scrape that down. It's all about uniformity at this point. And I'm going to keep adding the magma. Now I'm going to add another 15 mils. Okay. Whoop. A little messy. I have 30 mils left of the diluted magma. I'm going to add another 15. And now the contents of the mortar are pretty liquidy. See, I'm going to go down to about 15. Mixture. And make sure that you have no visible clumps or agglomerates. I'm going to add the last of it. Now I've added 60 cc's of the diluted bentonite magma into my mortar. And I'm going to QS a little bit in this mortar before I transfer it to the bottle. I don't want to add. I have about 75 cc's. According to the formulation, I should only need about 60. Not exactly sure how much, but I should need about 60. So I've got about 75 in here, and I'm just going to keep diluting it to try to get as much of the material off of the glass of the mortar and pestle as I can before I transfer it into the bottle. Okay. Make sure there's nothing on the pestle. And then I'm going to transfer it. Now it's pretty thin. Realize that I'm doing this without gloves. Need gloves. And then the transfer step. Well, there are some large agglomerates in there, which will hydrate on standing. Looks like about 15 or 20 mils left to go. I'm going to QS that with the remainder of the calcium hydroxide. Okay, I'm at the mark. Cap for my bottle. I'm going to shake it. Make sure the cap is on straight. And what I would like you to do is spend a couple of minutes watching the suspension flocculate. And you should be able to see it very easily with this calamine. Anyway, that's our calamine lotion for today.